Better get some juice. Better get some juice flowing to this phone. It's not that cold, but I may have to get a little bit of heat going here shortly. Oh, crap. Ugh. Is my mic on? Yeah. Howdy, everybody. Welcome in. Jim, I just talked to you on the phone not too long ago, and here I am, stuck waiting for roadside service, man. John, howdy from Clearwater. Howdy. Matthew, oh no, good evening, good Sunday evening. D's Nuts, what's up? Forget Prime Roadside, call ITC, and we will come. Man, you're asking me to go through too many steps. Jared, how's it going? Brian, how's it going? Jim, what did you do? Shamarcus, afternoon. Is it afternoon? I guess it's early. It would be my morning. Jim C, bummer. I have the video uploading right now. It's uploading. It's a 27-minute video. Hopefully they come quick. Yeah, so you'll see it in tomorrow morning's videos. Well, channel members will get it tonight. But yeah, I got a flat tire. It's not really. It sucks. I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing wrong with my truck. It's not my tire. Thank God. But I got to the shipper for a drop-in hook, and the trailer tire was down to the rim. I mean, it was down to the rim. And I'm in the middle of nowhere in a small town. So dispatch was like, hey, can you check in? Just can they transload you? Would that be quicker? I'm like, bro, it's Sunday night, man. You think late Sunday night a transload's gonna be quicker? No, man. And it sucks because my 90 appointment is a live unload at 0400, and my window of getting there on time is closing fast. So it's all part of the show, man. I mean, it's the luck of the draw. It is what it is. Yeah, it's a trailer tire, Matthew. Trailer tire. And the yard dog asked me, he was really nice. He wasn't demanding or anything, but he asked me if I could pull it out of the spot. Because he needed to fuel the trailer next to the right of the trailer. And they put this trailer too close to the one on the right of the trailer. He's like, I'll pull that trailer out if you need. I was like, man, I need to pull this trailer out anyway, because with how close you guys have these trailers, this guy's not going to be able to get in there and change that tire. So, hang on a second. So, so when I pushed air into the trailer, because I had to, release the brakes on a trailer, and I only pulled out right in front of. See, the trailer was right there. So I just kind of pulled out here. It's actually really convenient for the tech, because it's in a much better spot for the tech. But we're gonna get back to that. Oops. Get back to this. Hang on a second. So when I pushed air in the trailer to release the trailer brakes, my compressor just couldn't even keep up with it. You know what I mean? It did put a little bit of air into it. So, it did, but my compressor couldn't keep up with it. In fact, I thought my brakes were going to lock up just because, just moving out to the spot just because the air compressor is pushing trailer back into those tires in the trailer. So I couldn't even get the trailer to the guard shack, which is right across the street. So I can't even depart. Because I walked over there, I'm like, hey, here's a picture of the reefer temperature. Here's a picture of the seal. Can you guys go ahead and depart me, and I can just sit over there. This shipper, this Tyson, wants you to scale out. So I can't get my paperwork. I can't depart. I can't do anything. I'm just stuck. No, that wasn't me on I-80. No, I'm at a shipper. Ghost Cat, the ETA was allegedly 45 minutes, and that was about 25 minutes ago. 45 to 50 minutes, and that was 25 minutes ago, which is much faster than I expected. I'm not anywhere near anything. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So that was, and it's Sunday night. So I was thinking, okay, this is going to be like 3 or 4 hours minimum. If they get me out of here by 11:30, I might be able to make it. Maybe I have to stop for fuel, but I won't have to stop for a full 30. I can just like hammer fuel out in 10 minutes. So maybe I can get, maybe. It just all depends. And I can't see anything on the trailer. I can't see anything in the tire. So it may be just a nail or something. They may be able to patch it up. There's also a spare under the trailer. The tandems are already all the way back in case they have to wrestle that spare out. As I said in the video that's uploading, it better not be like the last guy I had to deal with to fix the trailer tire, because that dude showed up and told me that if he had to use the spare tire, if a repair wouldn't work and he had to use the spare tire, that I had to help or he wouldn't change it. And I was in mud. So as I said in my video that you guys will see tomorrow, I was kind of like, the fuck I am, you know what I mean? Like, I in that scenario, I found it completely acceptable for him to leave without the tire fixed and me to tell Prime, hey, they didn't fix the tire. That night was not going to end with me laying in the mud. And also, as I said in my video, I'm not an asshole. Like, I'm not above helping or anything like that, but you can't take the job, which is a horrible job, and I hope it pays good. But you can't accept the job that you're going to be going out doing roadside calls to change super singles and then show up and expect someone else to do half your job for you. Like, that's what you signed up for. Just like I signed up for a job that's going to have me getting at a shipper, dropping a perfectly good trailer and picking one up with a problem. That's the risk that comes with my job. I don't expect anyone here at Tyson to be responsible or have anything to do with that. That's what I signed up for. I'll take the punches and I'll roll with them. But you can't show up and tell me that I have to help you wrestle a 400-pound tire out in the mud. That is not going to happen. I just showered, bro. Yeah, I will not be under that trailer tonight. Let's see. That's short. Yeah, Ghost Cat. I was really surprised by that. Tiller? Is it Tiller? Wow, that sucks. Good luck, man. Hope they get there for you soon. Yeah, me too. John, at least you're not on a deserted roadside in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm stoked that if this had to happen, at least it's here at Tyson, and I don't, the yard dogs, they let me move over here, like, right, and just sit here right at the exit. I'm out of the way, but it's optimal for him to change the tire, and it's optimal for me to have to sit and wait. Do the loads on load boards already work with your hours of service, or do you have to calculate everything? Well, Ghost Cat, they sometimes do and sometimes don't. And it's not a load board, by the way. So I think you're talking about load choice, but it's not a load board at all. It's just going to show you 3 loads, and it's going to show you that twice. So you have a very limited, first of all, you have 10 minutes to make a choice. And in that 10 minutes, that load may be going to other trucks. So you may lose it. So before I tap that load choice button, choose loads or whatever it is, I know what day it is. I know how many hours I have left and on my current clock, and I know how many hours I have on my 70. And I know where all the washouts are. Like, I look for all that information before I tap that button, so that I don't have to guess about anything or go look at something else. When I tap that button, I got all the information on what, so that way I see, okay, if it requires me to go east and I need to drop a trailer there in 2 hours, is there a washout in that direction, and do I have the hours to get there, so that there's no surprises and I don't, you know what I mean? But sometimes, the loads on, they're just like the ones they send you as pre-planned. Sometimes those don't work for your hours either. More often than not, they're workable. But sometimes you just have to, like, I had to drive an extra 75 miles yesterday to get a washout in the middle of the night. So it just was what it was, you know what I mean? And I knew that I could only get there was only Blue Beacon in Fort Wayne, and there was only Blue Beacon in Indianapolis. And I was right between them. I was in Gas City. So before I tapped that button to look at loads, I knew that's where my 2 Blue Beacons are. So it's either I'm going to have to go 56 miles from Gas City or whatever it was to that Blue Beacon in Fort Wayne, or about the same amount of miles, maybe a little bit further, to Indianapolis. Hopefully that answers that question. But it's not a load board. It's not. Do they have a hard time changing super singles? I'm surprised they're not required to air the tires up in a cage. Well, they do have a little bit of a cage with them that they bring with them. Usually they have it on their truck. Like Love's has one, I think, that lowers down to the ground. So they do put them in one. I don't get breakdown pay for shit. Not on lease purchase. You don't get breakdown pay for nothing. Robert Brown, Eric, you don't get, as a lease purchase, you get 0 breakdown pay. None. Not for warranty, not for anything. Robert, Eric, this next cold is going to be minus 20 below. Oh yeah, I'm watching that close, man. I got a truck going to the Northeast, and it was weird. In fact, he's in here. Jim is in here. It was weird. We were talking about it. We're like, how is it that the best weather option right now is to go towards the Northeast for the weekend? That's weird. Is it a nail? I can't find it. So I don't know. It might be. I inspected the shell of the tire when it was in the spot, and then when I pulled it out to where I'm at right now, I looked to see. I couldn't find it. So it may be. I hope it's a nail, because then they can just patch it and they don't got to deal with trying to drag that spare out or anything. Joseph, how you doing? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Jim, and that's where I'm headed. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Jim. James is Jim. Actually, in my phone, he's single seat, and the reason he's single seat is, like me, he removed his passenger seat. So I just his name in my phone is Single Seat, and there's more backstory, but yeah, James is Jim. Beer Gut, no inflation system. Yeah, we have an inflation system, Beer Gut, but it just, my compressor couldn't keep up with it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I thought my brakes were going to lock up. That's how much air was coming out of the tractor to the trailer, just moving 40 feet. DeAndre, yeah, single seat. What was that? What was it before that, Jim? It was mud. Something mud. Yeah, was it Muddy Trucker? I don't know if Jim wants me to tell that story. I don't know if Jim wants me to give context. Beer Gut, dude, that is off the beat. It may be on the other, it may be. It's not on the outside. It's not. So I don't know. I mean, it was flat to the rim, so. Joshua, did you have the shop pull the passenger seat or did you do it? I'm ready to pull mine out. I think Jim pulled his out. The shop pulled mine out for me because I just decided to do it while I was at the terminal. But I think Jim took his out when he was home. And Jim drives my Peterbilt. Jim C, what up? James, oh, it's great, especially when Jenna pulled up the GPS on me. No, that was me. Oh, I know what you're saying about the mud. Go ahead and tell. Okay, I'll tell you guys why my driver in my Peterbilt was Muddy Trucker. Give me just a second though. Do you wash out the trailer every load, Jim C? Why are you trying to get me in trouble, bro? Jim C's over here trying to get me in trouble. Beer Gut, yard jockeys can do that trying to spin a trailer when the brakes are not fully released. Yeah, maybe. I was a yard dog for a while, for 6 months, and I never had that happen. But I can see how that could happen. So I'm going to show you guys. Oh, I may have deleted it. Damn it. So I can see all my trucks. I can see their location in the Prime app. And I pulled up Jim's location the other day, and it showed him in the Chesapeake Bay, like not on the bridge because he was going across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, but it showed him like to the side, off the side of the bridge in the water. I had so many things going through my head, man. He's got a dog, but his Petey, and his dog wasn't on the truck. He doesn't have his dog right now. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, at least if he went off that bridge into the water, at least Petey's not in the truck. So, and it wasn't updating either. Usually it updates pretty quick, but it wasn't updating. I took a screenshot, but I deleted it. It wasn't updating. It took like 15 minutes before it finally showed him down in Chesapeake or something. Back to normal winter temps. Yes, it's up to 32 right now, you guys. I'm out in a hoodie. Yeah, it's like hoodie weather right now. DeAndre, dude, at this point with all these polar vortexes, I'm just ready for January to be over. We got at least 2 more weeks of polar vortex weather until the 25th. That's when it's supposed to be over with. Yeah, dude, the first 2 weeks of this January have just been a fucking kick to the teeth, dude. Yes, if a former driver stopped in February 22, now I'm badly need to come back. Any idea on requirements to be rehired? I don't know. You'd probably want to talk to a recruiter. I don't know. Beer Gut stopped on Mount Eagle en route to Indy. Oh, 15 break. Robert, global warming has a lot to do with Greenland. It's 40 degrees. It's supposed to be minus 40. Okay, so let me tell you guys about Brad, or not Brad, Jim. So Jim drove my Peterbilt into what looked like about 1.5 or 2 feet of mud right in front of his 90. For those who don't drive for Prime, his 90 is his final destination, where he's unloading. The customer where he's dropping off at. He got my Peterbilt stuck in the worst mud that I'd ever seen. Now, I'm not going to defend him because it was a bit of a fuck up, but the road that the Qualcomm Navigo had him go on, they completely took out all the pavement and were rebuilding it, but they didn't put any signage or anything like that. So he's just driving along, and the next thing he knows, he comes up on this mud and he makes a miscalculated decision to try and get through the mud. It did not work out. So he had to be towed out of that and ended up getting a service failure for it too, I believe. I told him, man, I would have walked to that receiver and checked that bitch in because it was a dropping hook. I would have checked it in and said, yeah, the tow guy is on his way. He's just got to get me across this little bit of mud and then I'll be in here. I would have went and checked in, or at least tried to. But so we gave him shit, man. I had his image on my phone was a mud trucker, and then had him called Muddy Trucker. Oh, was it 2 service failures, Jenna? Yeah, by the way, Jenna, Jim said I could tell this. So I'm not busting him out without his permission. So he went from Muddy Trucker to single seat. Oh, let's see, where was I? I thought the Pete needed a bath. Beer got 2 primes here at rest area before going downhill west. Nice. Yeah, so I think, Jim, isn't that the second time you had to be towed out with the Peterbilt? Didn't you kind of get in a ditch too? Now I will say Jim is a great driver. I'm not don't take it the wrong way. Like Jim's been driving that Peterbilt for a few years now. And we hope to keep it that way for, as long as possible. And we try to take care of him, give him pay raises and all that good stuff. He's been a great driver. We all do stuff now and then. We all make decisions we probably would have preferred not to make, and his just happened to be driving the Pete into mud. I'd rather that happen than him backing into trailers and shit like that. Yeah, his first one was right after I started driving for you, Winter Storm, New York. Oh, yeah. Big Duck, what's up? Yeah, Jenna, in the GPS, it showed him in the middle of the field. First pullout wasn't his fault, yeah. Screw you guys and them raises, I still say no to them. Man, I'm going to get a split and I don't want... Oh, I just got a split and I don't... Okay, here's a question for you guys. So, by the way, I talked about the geopocalypse in the video. Did it finish uploading, by the way? Shit. Yeah, it finished up. Okay, so from channel members, you'll get this tonight, but everybody, the rest of the channel will get it tomorrow morning. Here's a question. So I'm not going to get into geopocalypse that happened today with Prime. That we'll save for the video tomorrow. But I do have a question for you guys. because Geotab automatically does the splits where you don't have to check the split sleeper like you did on Qualcomm. What happens if you do a 2, but then a couple hours later you do a 3? Will it just ignore the 2? You know what I mean? Like if I get a 3 at the receiver, will it take that 3 instead of the 2 that's off duty right now? I would be curious to know how that works. Broke down, just now joining. Roadshow Trucker, what's up? I got a flat on the trailer, so I'm sitting here waiting. How's he got 2 service failures? I'm not really sure how that worked out, Jim C. Now I think those service failures, I mean, it's been a while, so he doesn't have like current service failures or anything like that. Do you like the new Kenworth 2024? Well, I don't know. I like Kenworth in general. I think that we should be seeing the 25 models pretty soon. Or I'm sorry, the 26 models. You guys know we're going to start seeing 26 trailers probably within the next month or two. I hauled an 18 trailer not too long ago. And the funny thing is that 18 trailer seemed ancient, but when I first started with Prime, we were hauling 15 trailers, 15 and 16 trailers. So now an 18 trailer seems ancient, and we're about to get 26 trailers. I hope they phase these 24 trailers. Like, I hate the 24 trailers, man. The 24 trailers, maybe this is just me, but I feel like they all dog walk. I don't know why that is, but I feel like all the 24 trailers dog walk. Because in my mirrors, and it's only the 24 trailers. All the other trailers, I can see the back of the trailer slope toward the line a little bit this way because of the way your mirrors are. And this one a lot more because of the way that mirror is. But the 24 trailers, it looks like it's dog walking. And when I get behind 24 trailers, they look like they're dog walking. And it's not just 1 or 2. It's like almost all the 24 trailers look like they're dog walking. Or is that just me? Is that just in my head? Let's see. Great news, Green Bay lost. Yes. 1,000%. I can root for the Detroit Lions to support the NFC North, but I cannot root for Green Bay. No way, never. No way in hell can I want Green Bay to win. Bro, DeAndre says, bro, I heard about the geotabs giving horrible directions. No, Hippie said one guy got stuck in back road mountain roads. Well, geotab doesn't give directions. It's what is it called? Copilot. Geotab is just a logs app. I don't know. I mean, Copilot is no different than Navigo in that, 90% of the time it's going to get you right to the shipper, and then 10% of the time it's not. And then probably 50% of the time it's going to give you a route that you probably shouldn't. There's probably a better route. You shouldn't ever rely on just GPS. I personally like Copilot a lot better than I liked Navigo. But I also have Garmin, and I don't rely on either of them. I just use them really as kind of a reference. They help with like Garmin's really good for knowing curves up ahead or steep grades. traffic delays. It'll give me weather warnings. Just knowing what the speeds are where I'm at. Like there's just as a reference guide, I like GPS's. They tell me how far I have left until whatever destination I'm going to. I like that, but I don't rely on them. I look at other stuff in my phone to plan my trip out, and I'll use Copilot to just kind of be that reference guide to the 90. And Garmin, I'll put in any other stops that I'm using. Where was I? I think it takes the first one. T-Mobile home internet is not available in my area. Yeah, Ghost Cat, I was mentioning that the other day. They're like, you cannot. They're not adding they're not adding the unlimited in very many areas anymore. They've really capped it off. Oh, let me answer this. Hang on. Hello. I don't have anyone here yet. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Bye. That was Michelin saying the tech's going to arrive pretty soon. So I'm going to have to end this shortly. Joshua, fantastic question. My understanding is it ignores the first one. I had a moment when I was expecting to get my time back and wound up having to wait another 3 hours. Okay, so you're saying you do think it ignores the first one? I mean, I really should ask Logs, and I will. I was just curious to see if anybody knew. Yes, that's what I was bringing up to my trainer, Todd, when we went to Marion, Illinois a few days ago. Robert, are you going to get one? Have a good night. I'm going to become membership member. I have T-Mobile home internet on my truck. Jim C, it's not in my head. Okay, on the trailers, good. There you go, Copilot, yeah. The Geo tab going down, I can't edit the time I was stuck on duty. Got a message saying we can edit, but it tells me man, Joshua, I got 2 nightmare scenarios that drivers told me about today. It'll be in my video that goes up tonight. The Bears won their last game. My dad a ticket from 1970 to 2000. Oh yeah, Bears. You cannot be a Bears fan if you can't get used to losing. Chris, Garmin's let me down, is routing me around an accident when the accident has already cleared. Yes, Chris, that happens a lot. You cannot trust when Garmin tells you that. And the reason is Garmin's using data. A lot of these states, when they register an accident that has a road closure, they don't go back and remove that right away. Like they feel urgency to register that the accident's there and it has the closure, but there's no urgency to go have it removed. So Garmin will tell you, hey, in 50 miles, there's a road closure, but an hour later you get there and the road's not closed. But Garmin wants you to leave the interstate now. And you could add 2 or 3 hours to your drive. Usually I just risk it. I just risk it for the biscuit. And there's very few occasions where the closure's still there. DeAndre, yeah, I love my Garmin. Then I have another truck GPS software called Hammer where I compare routes and parking locations. Nice. Beer Gut rolling. Ghost Cat, I used to write directions down. I was in Chicago a long time ago. That's old school, man. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up because I'm going to end this shortly because it sounds like this dude's almost here. My above was in regards to the 24. Oh, the 24 trailers? Yeah. I hate them, man. Beer Gut, Men at Work. Oh, yeah, Men at Work ringtone, yeah. Chris, yep, I risk it also. Yeah, that ringtone is for any unknown caller. That's funny. That's for any caller. So Yeah, you got to risk it for the biscuit with Garmin, because, in fact, one time it told me the road was closed, but the road was closed between the off ramp and the on ramp. So it wanted me to get off like 30 miles earlier and take back roads. When I got up to, there was an accident there, but you just took the off ramp and got right back on after the accident. So if I had followed Garmin's advice, I would have been doing 40, 50 miles in the back roads in the woods when I could have just continued on the interstate. And, you know, the delay was like 5 minutes. Who could it be now? Yeah, that video. Okay, so that video is done uploading. So for channel members, I'll have that up tonight at some point. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out so that I can have that done. Where's my phone charger? Oh, it's over here. So I can have that done before I drive. I still don't see this Michelin Man. I hope it's something that can be patched up and fixed quick. Because again, if I can leave here within an hour and 40 minutes from now, I think I could still make it to my 90. It's going to be close. Make some driving videos. God, I hate driving videos. I do have my... I just need to... I do have the camera for it. And I've got the suction cup and everything. It just takes more editing, and I hate editing. I like to just put shit on my phone and upload it. It would be ideal if the road closure had start time, so you know. Yeah, definitely. But they don't. Chris, yeah, you have a good night too. You should call your wife. Jenna says that in every live. Yeah, call your wife. Called mine. Yeah, I'm going to call my wife, finish this video up, and hopefully get this tire fixed. But I figured I would dip in for a quick live since today's video didn't get done, and it'll be up tomorrow instead of today. So, appreciate y'all dropping in. Be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.